Coming to you from the island of Hawaii, it's the Big Island Beat Podcast. And now, here's your host, Steve Roby.
Aloha, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the Big Island Beat Podcast. My special guest today is Rebecca Roudman of the band Dirty Cello. The group will be playing an exclusive online concert this Saturday, December 19th at 4 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time at the Kahilu Theater. Aloha, Rebecca.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me.
It's good to hear your voice, and I can't wait for this upcoming show this Saturday.
Me too. I can't wait to get back to Hawaii.
All right. It's a nice place to be. Before we talk about your upcoming show at the Kahilu, I was looking back at my calendar, my 2020 calendar, the one I want to get rid of so bad. And the last time Dirty Cello played the Big Island was back in February of this year and at the Kahilu Theater just before everything shut down. For my listeners, can you describe what the experience was like when you heard the news? I guess you were out on tour, everything got shut down. What was it like?
Well, it kind of started off when we were in Hawaii, when we were performing at the Kahilu. After that, we headed over to Oahu and did some shows at the Blue Note like we're going to be doing on this tour. Then we went back home to California, and news started getting stranger and stranger. And during that time, we were putting together a big show for International Women's Day, where we were going to raise funds for a women's shelter. The show ended up selling out, but it was kind of strange because as news of COVID took over, we would start to lose a couple ticket sales, but then we would regain them. And after we did the show, everything was shut down.
Very strange times back then. Hey, your band is such a high-energy band. I saw you play at the Kahilu back in February, and you were jumping all over the stage and coming out into the audience and everything like that. It's hard to imagine for me, and I'm sure your fans too, for a band like yours to stay still and not do anything. Did you have any creative gigs come up in the last 9 or 10 months?
Absolutely. We love performing, and we were always trying to come up with creative ways to do it safely and social distance and all that kind of stuff. And it ended up that we ended up doing the strangest gigs. So the first one that we did was, of course, at the beginning of quarantine. We didn't have a lot of shows. And I had heard that animals at the zoo were so used to having people around, and they were missing entertainment. So I called them and I said, hey, do you want us to come perform? And they said yes. Now, I don't know if they wanted us necessarily for the animals or if the keepers wanted some entertainment, but they had us come down there, and they took us all over the zoo playing for different animals. Some of the animals were definitely more interested in food than our playing, and then they brought us over to the parrots. And there was this cute little green parrot named Brock. And as we're playing, he starts singing along. So if you go online and check it out, there's this amazing video of me and my band doing a duet, a blues duet of everything, with a parrot and the rest of the band. And we made the local news, channels 4, 5, 7, NBC. People really wanted to feel good about seeing this. And then, so of course, at the beginning of quarantine, we weren't performing live. We were doing a bunch of Facebook live streams. Mm-hmm. And weirdly enough, Facebook was doing a commercial about all the things going on Facebook Live, and they saw that I was doing a lot of that. So they actually contacted me and said, do you want to be in a commercial? So I said, of course. And they sent me a professional film studio in a giant box that was hand-delivered by a courier. They had me go online with a tech support guy and spend hours turning my living room into a film studio.
Whoa.
Once that was done, they sent in a professional set designer who rearranged my entire living room down to the inch. And then they sent in a costume designer who had me go through almost every bit of my clothing. Then finally, they sent in the director who walked me through the commercial, and they filmed my portion of it. And, of course, the strange thing was it was all done over Zoom.
It's wild. Whoa.
Yeah, no, and I mean, a lot of this stuff that we've been doing has been over Zoom. We've been doing what are called, what I like to call 5-minute corporate concerts, where, companies are having meetings online and they need a 5-minute break for their employees. So right in the middle of like a boring meeting, we log on with the band and play for 5 minutes and then disappear.
What kind of music do you play?
Just our usual fun mix of blues and bluegrass. But usually for that, we only get 2 songs max. So it's like we give 100% energy and then we're out of there after 5 minutes. So it feels super strange.
Well, you don't get any feedback. You don't hear any applause or anything like that.
unmute themselves and applaud,
okay.
or they just kind of wave goodbye. So you're like, okay, well, great.
At least you're keeping busy, huh?
Yeah. Well, one more thing with that. I think this is pretty funny. One of our live concerts we did a couple months ago was actually at a nudist resort, which we've never done before, but apparently that's one of the things that are open. And the whole time we were there, I was thinking, you know that expression, if you're nervous, just imagine your audience naked? Yeah, so that wasn't a problem at that show.
So did you have to perform nude too, the rest of the band, or?
No, they were very cool with us just doing our normal thing. But I'll tell you, when they brought out the hula hoops, it was a whole, and dancing to our music, it was a sight that you don't forget.
And was that captured on video too?
No,
okay.
It wasn't. Oh, but one more funny thing with that. So we always sell merch at our shows. We sell, CDs and T-shirts and tank tops. And I swear, this was one of the biggest T-shirt buying crowd I've ever seen. Huh. And so they'd have their mask and their T-shirt and nothing else.
That's amazing. Yeah,
it was a fun show.
That's funny. You have some history with the Kahilu Theater and the Big Island, going back to 2016. Can you tell our listeners about your first visit to the Big Island?
Oh, yeah. So we've been visiting and performing on the Big Island for a lot of years, playing at smaller spots for a while. And our first show at the Kahilu Theater was actually a quick background moment during a Share the Season reception for the donors. And we were on our way to a show at the People's Theater in Honoka'a. And after playing as after playing as a tiny duo for the Share the Season event, we became a bit of a write-in candidate. And before long, we were back at full strength, and we were backed up by an orchestra made up of local musicians.
Wow. That's cool. Mm-hmm. And didn't if memory recalls, you guys had a special name?
Oh, yes. Dirty Cello and the Dirty Symphony.
That's cool. Hey, you sent over some unreleased live material, which is very cool to play on the show today. The first track I've got queued up is called Don't Tell My Shoes. But Rebecca, tell me what this song is about.
So I have a lot of women empowering songs in our set, including a popular tune of ours called Don't Call Me Honey. But I also wanted to write a supportive song about loving your man. So this song is about being supportive, helping out, and doing what you can to show your man you love him. So the verses talk about supporting your partner even when your feet hurt.
Okay. Great. Okay. Well, let's give it a listen to. Here's Dirty Cello on the Big Island Beat podcast.
Always way that it's been. Gotta follow that man you love. No matter here or there or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. Some other girls, they don't support their man. That's not my way. I'm doing all I can. There ain't no question doing right or wrong. I prop him up and I'll keep it strong. Cause it's a true understood, always way that it's been. Gotta follow that man you love. No matter here or there or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. Strong woman to show her love and all the things she does. I found my strength to always carry on. I found my power. There isn't any doubt, cause it's a true understood, always wait. spin. Gotta follow that man you love. No matter here nor there or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. Alright, know a two-legged stool can support no weight. A three-wheel car doesn't drive so great. Two of a kind doesn't win a hand. But day and night I'll support my man. Cause it's a true understood, always wait and spin. Gotta follow that man you love. No matter here or there or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. Cause it's a true understood, always wait and spin. Gotta follow that man you love. No matter here or there or anywhere. If he looks back, I'll be right there. I said, nah, nah. Hey, 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 hey. I said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 hey. I said, nah, nah. Hey, 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 hey. I said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 hey. I said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. I said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 hey. I said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 hey. I said, nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey.
Our guest today on the Big Island Beat podcast is Rebecca Roudman from the band Dirty Cello. Rebecca, let's talk about your upcoming show this Saturday at the Kahilu Theater, December 19th. Is this the band's first non-mainland show since the pandemic hit?
Yes, we've been doing shows darn near everywhere, virtually and safely, but this is our first time to leave the mainland and it's, we're coming to one of our favorite spots, and I'm guessing a lot of our musician friends are going to be jealous.
I bet, yeah. What's it like playing these live stream concerts? Do you hear from fans after the event? Do they contact you on social media?
Definitely. And, we'd rather play live, of course, but we make the best of playing for live streams. One way we do this is to remind ourselves that everything we can do to bring joy to others is extra important right now. And one of the weirdest aspects of playing virtual shows has been doing ones for different time zones. We played live streams for people in Africa, Wales, the East Coast, England, and many others at some very bizarre times from our home in California. But we do hear from fans afterwards, and they just say, we can't wait to see you live, and we feel the same way.
Me too. I can't wait for the show on Saturday. What can you tell tell music fans here on the Big Island about what they can expect on Saturday's show?
We definitely do a lot of different stuff. We're labeled as bluegrass and blues, but we're much more than that, and we really work hard to present a show that's has a little bit for everything. So on our live stream, you'll hear everything from House of the Rising Sun to rip-roaring fiddling, and we're also, of course, happy to take requests by email or social media, but we draw the line at Freebird.
No lighters or anything like that, yeah.
No.
We're going to close out the show today with a Jimi Hendrix classic. God, I sound like I'm on AM radio way back when. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. How did you happen to select this one from the guitarist's catalog?
Growing up as a classical cellist is very cool, but Jimi Hendrix may have been a little bit cooler. So Purple Haze, it pushes me in the band to the edge of what we can do, and it pushes me on the cello.
Do you get any feedback from Hendrix fans on your interpretation of the song?
No, but I did get an email a couple of years ago. I guess there's a whole some guy is doing like an online museum of Jimi Hendrix, and he wanted our version of Purple Haze. So that was pretty flattering.
Well, before I let you go, Rebecca, and before I play Purple Haze, let's remind fans that Dirty Cello is playing at the Kahilu Theater this Saturday. It's a pay-per-view live stream concert. Don't come to the theater. The doors are closed. The music's inside. But the best way to enjoy the show is through your phone, tablet, computer. And if you're really hip, there's a little thing you can do called screen mirroring, and take what you're watching on your phone or tablet or laptop and project it onto your big screen TV and your great speakers that you got in the house. And so it's almost like being there. Individual tickets for the show, which are good for the entire family, are only $19.99 and available at the website kahilu.tv. It's a website. You can also go to Kahilu Theater's website, and there's a link there. That's this Saturday, December 19th. At 4 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. I guess you're doing the afternoon show so you can reach a bunch of different audiences out there, right, Rebecca?
Definitely. And, we're planning on putting 100% energy, fun, and chill like you've never heard before at our live stream. And what I've noticed for our live stream is a lot of our fans like to make an evening out of it with food, drinks, and inviting friends to watch along.
Great. And you're bringing the full band, the full 4 pieces up there?
Definitely. And in this weird time without live performances, we're doing everything we can to bring a little slice of normal and a big slice of abnormal cello playing.
All right.
And we're going to see how many pieces we can cram into 45 minutes. So hold on tight.
That'll be fun. Okay, that's this Saturday coming up, Saturday, December 19th. And we're going to slide into Purple Haze in just a second here. But Rebecca, thank you so much for being on the Big Island Beat podcast, and really looking forward to the upcoming show. Safe travels.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to come back to one of our favorite theaters.
While I kiss the sky, purple haze all around. Don't know if I'm coming up or down. Am I happy or misery? Whatever it is, that girl's put a spell on me. Or just the end of time.
You've been listening to the Big Island Beat podcast. For more info, go to bigislandmusic.net and follow us on Facebook. Be sure to join us next week for another fun episode. Aloha!